Hello, I hope this is better because I've turned off the software and we are starting the stream again. So let's start again. We tried to make a drawing because of the software we couldn't. Alright, so let's start. So here I'm starting off with an action figure. Action figure it is. Just a second. Just a second, guys. Just starting it. Hey, virus. What is up, bro? Infecting everyone's computer, are you? Alright, let's start. So, another samurai kind of a pose. And we will start with the head. Hey, Zara. Zara, 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 Zara. Alright, so we're starting. Is it any better? Yeah, so it's the software that's messing up. So what I need to do is I will need to upgrade the software somehow. I'll try to do that. Alright, so that's a drawing of a samurai, kind of a taekwondo guy. Try to capture the pose, try to get less details, but more expression in the form. That is how we do our streams. So that's the nose, that's the mouth, and let's put a little dark over here to define his eyes and his nose and his forehead and his cheek. I think this looks fine now. Let's put a little detail over his head, because over his head we have his hand, which is wrapped in bandages. So let's put those bandages on the arm, all around the arm. I will do the details in a bit. Hello, cutie draw, cool 808, Zindabad. Hello, 804. What's up, guys? All right, so let's keep drawing. And that is the shoulder blade. That's the collarbone, sorry, not the shoulder blade. And that's his chest. That's his other hand, kind of a fist. Let's make the spot darker. Give this fist a few bandages. Bandage, 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 bandage. Oh, see, I've nipped the chipped the nib. And that's his hand. Bandage, bandage, bandage. All right, so from over here, the only bummer is you can't see what I am. 804 Imran Khan, nice sketch, just sketch. You mean sketch? I don't know what's happening. So in the chat. So the only bummer thing is that I can't show you the reference I'm drawing from, because with the software I was able to do that, but since it's lagging, so we'll stick to the kind of a stream we've been doing since past so many days, as long as this works better in quality. All right, so that's the chest, that's his stomach. We'll put this line in middle, not worrying about the details at this point. That's his chest, that's his shoulder. Shoulder is a little above this line, the shoulder line, right? And that's his armpit. We're gonna darken, 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 darken. That's his chest. And yeah, so here we have his elbow. That's where his elbow is. We're gonna give it a few details. I know my hero. Who's your hero, bro? Who's your hero? And yep, that's his elbow. Yeah, so we'll do a little bit of detailing, but in a bit. For now, we are only worried about trying to figure out the drawing first. And that is his stomach, a little below what we drew earlier. Just doing it roughly for now. Shadows, more shadows, more shadows. All right, this is his waistline. I need a thicker pencil, but I'll figure that out in a bit. I hope you can see the sketch right. All right, so this is his foot. Let's do this quickly so that we can move on to other drawings. And I don't want to spend too much of time drawing just one sketch. So that's his foot. One of his foot is in the air. He's kicking. He's giving that kicking pose. His foot in the air. That's his knee. Let's darken the side a little. Can you draw some eyes? Yeah, sure. I can draw some eyes. Just a second, right after this. We'll do some eyes for sure. And that's his foot. I think we've done this drawing in about 5 minutes. That's his heel. No details required. Just a little suggestion of what's happening. Ta-da! All right, so let's darken this up so that it gives this this detail of shadow on over his shorts. That's his other knee, and that's his foot. Can you see the whole drawing? Yeah, I think you can see the drawing. All right, so that's his ankle. That's his foot on the ground. We have made it. So I think it took about like 4 or 5 minutes. So again, you can detail this as much as you want, whatever. So this is just the rough drawing, right? You can detail. By detailing, I mean, like, making the form sharper, making this shin sharper, giving this muscle a little form, making this ankle a little more detailed, and the foot and the toe. Where are you, Hussein Sheikh? I'm fine. What's up, guys? Thank you for being here. All right, so we made an action figure. Just a second, because Zara said she wants me to make some eyes, right? Let's try to draw some eyes. Just a second. I'm just looking for the right references. Why not draw some eyes? All right, we'll start drawing a few eyes, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'll start with this darker pencil. It's a watercolor pencil, black pencil, and let's start. So I am drawing from a picture. I wish I could show you the picture, but I can't. Again, I'll start crying over, petty issues. So yeah, let's start. So that is the upper eyelid. Let's give it some texture, just a little bit of texture. Let me zoom this in a little more so the view is a little better. All right, I think this looks better. All right, so yeah, that's the upper eyelid, and let's give it a little dark to define eyelashes. All right, just a thicker line, texturing it more. Let's darken this side so it suggests the fold, right? This could be a little more darker and thicker because this is where the eyelashes are placed in the skin. And that's the eyeball, the white part. And we'll just shade it a little at the side. Now we are drawing the lower eyelid. Just a little bit of texture. Just doing it real softly so that it just gives you an impression. And we can add some lines, but we need to sharpen it. So I'll just sharpen it quickly. Give me I'm sorry about that. Just 3 more seconds and we'll have a sharp point. 1, 2, 3, yeah. All right. Just a second, let me bring this up again. All right, I think this looks fine. I've lost my feed, so let me bring this YouTube thing over here. Skip to live. I just need to see what I'm drawing. Yeah, all right, this looks fine. All right, now we're adding some fine details, so that is the only reason we have sharpened this pencil, and we have been putting that detail of the lower eyelashes. Just a few lines will define that. Just a little bit of lines. You can darken some part of it to suggest the folds. You're darkening the upper eyelid again, and just some texture to define the upper eyelashes. Blueberry and straw. Hey, my man, Astro. What's up, dude? How you doing? Thank you for joining me. You know, I'm really worried about Rionman now because I haven't seen her in like since forever, and I hope that kid is fine. Astro, how you been doing, my mate? All right, I need to darken the upper eyelid more. So yeah, this will do. We are adding a little shade in the white part of this eye. The eyeball, this looks fine now. Let's add the cornea. And we don't want to make the entire cornea dark in the outline. Like we can, you know, leave some of the areas lighter. Whether अच्छा है dark or may, yeah, I don't know. आप snap use करती हैं, what's happening? Dude, okay, yeah, carry on, guys. All right, so I'm making some more eyelashes. Da-da-da. Let's make the cornea darker. This needs to be the darkest. This looks fine now. So I'm going to leave this part white as highlight, and now I'm going to add texture throughout this eye to make it more detailed. I'm not darkening it entirely from the beginning. I'm going to give it layers, all the tones. So this might be the middle tone. Now I'm putting some sort of dark tone, and this eye will gradually appear. The top part needs to be the darkest, so I'm just applying too much of pressure over this point to make this eye more spherical. Give it that feel of roundness. Right, giving it more texture. There you go, we have an eye. I hope this is crisp enough. I think we can sharpen this, right? Let me see if I can sharpen this more. Just a second. All right, let's do this. All right, let me make another eye quickly. Also, that since I've used the water soluble pencil, I think I can use a little bit of wash on top of this to make it a little more interesting, and we'll do that right away. There's a little texture on top, and there we go. Let's add a little what's it called? This will just add up more texture to it, more detail to it. We're simply just using plain clean brush with a little water and detailing. You can see that I'm not just washing everything, like not applying the brush in a flat way that makes all the details go. I'm just applying it to give it more texture. वह भेज देना, मैं accept कर लूँ. I'm trying to best not to give you my hard task. Yeah, what's the hard task? Oh, the eye. Dude, it's alright. I'll make more eyes, don't worry. So what we are doing is just applying clean water over this pencil, this watercolor pencil that I've used, and just giving it more texture. We can put a little more texture over the eyelashes to give it sense of depth. Ta-da! I think we have made this eye all right. Eye of the tiger. It's not the eye of the tiger. However, this song reminds me of that. Dude, I miss Cody. Yeah, I think Cody might appear anytime. Can you draw a little crocodile? Crocodile. Oh, we have a request. Okay. Why not? Why not, bro? Why not? All right. So what I'll do now is draw a little crocodile first. And then I'll come back to eye, doing another eye. Okay, life ke baad VH to ki. Yeah, okay. Okay, so let's draw a crocodile first. See the crocodile, draw crocodile. We'll do a lot of detailing. And if I don't do the detailing, it'll end up looking like a lizard. So yeah, why not? Since you have a request. All right, what I can do is draw crocodile's head only, because there's too much of detail. But we will draw it for you. What's the name of the guy who asked for it? Josh Alexander Quirante. Okay. Okay, let's start drawing this crocodile's head only, since you have a request. So that's the eye. All right, Alexander, I'll call you Josh. Josh, I'm not drawing the whole crocodile because there's just too much of texture, and I don't want to be drawing just one drawing. So I'm sorry. All right, let's start with the eye. That's the crocodile's eye. Since we made human eye, there's a crocodile eye right beneath it, and there is that fold. That's too much of texture going on, but we will manage to draw this in time. It's 2:55 a.m. and let's see how long does it take for me to draw this head. Right, let's do this. Okay, what's up, guys? Whoever's joined in, we are drawing on request at this point, all sort of random drawings for fun, and that's a request by our friend Josh. And we're drawing this crocodile head. I'm back. I just didn't stand. Hey, what's up? Thank you for joining in, dude. What's up? Hope you're well. All right, so that's is now. Just a second, let me zoom this out. It's good that I checked that. Otherwise, I can just keep on drawing without anything being shown on the screen. Right, that's this mouth part and 12,000 teeth. I am not sure how am I gonna draw all of that, but we are not worried about it right now. We are worried out. All right, I'm not drawing any teeth right now. I'm just filling it. The toothless crocodile. Don't worry, I'll put the tooth. What I'm thinking to do is to... No, I can't do that. Let me see if I have a white pencil and if it shows on what crayon. I highly doubt it. See, it won't. So I don't know what to do about... Oh, I can do this, right? Maybe. I'm just looking for ways to how to put lesser amount of effort and create better results. So yeah, I can draw this with the pointer only. Nice to see you again. You asked for a girl in the red sari. Yeah. I still have the drawing right beneath this paper. I have the girl in the sari. Sorry. See what I meant? Like too many of teeth. All right, let's give it some texture. Texture. More tooth here. Too many teeth. Too many teeth. Too many teeth. The more I try to do lesser details, crazier requests I get, right? That's okay. All right, let's make this eye a little darker. And we're gonna create the rest of the texture with the pencil only. Let's create his mouth. You see the drawing? I think you can see the drawing, right? And yeah, it's dark over here. Darker. And there's more tooth. And yeah. What is up, guys? Whoever's watching, please leave a message. We're taking requests. And somebody requested a crocodile. So here it is, Mr. Crocodile. I made the tooth, all of them. Maybe it's missing a few, but most of it is there. Now we are giving the texture to the lower jaw. And we need to darken this part up so that it defines that he has this jaw wide open to eat them fishes or whatever these guys are feeding her, or him. If it's a male crocodile, I'm not sure, because it's just I'm not sure how do they find out if it's a male or a female. But looking at the I mean the head only, but whatever, right? All right, so here we are with this crocodile's head. Now you can only add more detail to make it more interesting, more convincing, I'd say. And to make it more convincing, we need to invest more time, like any other drawing. So we are just giving it all the right textures to define its form. Ta-da, ta-da, Mr. Crocodile. Bro, how you draw this fast using freehand method? Amazing. Who's this? All your type 777. They find out through color, I guess. I don't know what it's a male or female, yeah. But how would they say if it's a black and white picture? Who cares, right? Who cares if it's a male crocodile or the female? Just a drawing. All right, I think I've invested too much time. I want to draw more eyes. I'm sorry, I haven't taken the full request. I should have, drawn all the texture is also different. Yeah, I know it needs to have more, I mean, like, to define if it's a male or a female, but we need a lot of time to define it in one session. All right, let's draw something else. So I've taken this request from, who was the guy? I should write names like I used to do, right? I'm sorry, I forgot to do that. All right, let's look for, dude, come over here. Dude, what are you even doing? Just a second, guys. Just a second. Yeah. All right, so what we are gonna do now is, just a second. Josh, yeah. Thank you for reminding, Zara. You're awesome. Yeah, all right, let's draw some more eyes. And see, now the page looks dirty because of this. Should I clean this up? Yeah, let's clean this up. All right. Let's draw some more eyes. What's up, guys? Who's watching? Josh. Uh, Thank you for joining in, and we are drawing some eyes tonight. Some textured eyes, some non-textured eyes. Whatever works well. Oh, I have a good reference, a fun reference. I have a really fun reference. Let's draw that. It looks kind of an eye that is in shock. So yeah, let's draw that. Big ass round. And another line right below. The shocked eye. All right, so this part is going to be lighter, so I'm drawing it lightly, and where I can see the shadows, I'm drawing that line darker in a darker line. And let's put shade. So this is the highlight, and this is the middle tone that I'm kind of spreading out all over the surface. Middle tone, right? Now let's add the line to define the upper eyelash. So this is where all the eyelashes are meeting and starting from this line. To define this more, like the skin beneath it, let's darken this a little more. Right. You're a cool person, by the Astro, you my bro, you are my bro, Astro, my bro. All right, so let's keep drawing. Let's not get carried away with Astro, because I know it kind of gets crazy then. Then we are talking about Autobots. Right, so I'm making these eyelashes that are kind of jumbled together. I need to sharpen this pencil up so that it can give me a sharper point. And let's sharpen this. Give me 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. All right, 3 more. 4, 5, and 6. Yeah, this looks better. And let's do these eyelashes first. We'll come to detailing in a bit, but we're just trying to get the form right. And more eyelashes. Don't worry if it's not making any sense. We'll come back to it, give it more detailed, and more form will define the eye. All right, so let's put the cornea. It's cornea, right? It's iris, cornea. I don't know. I think this is iris, right? The thing in the middle. I'm not sure. So yeah. Eye in shock. Please don't say it looks like a nipple, because it's not. All right, let's darken this up. Darken, and we'll put a little highlight over here. I know, I thought like somebody's gonna say that. Darken. So disclaimer, that was a disclaimer. Right, so let's put a little more detail over here at the sides, so that it gives the form, and it kills the effect of it being a nipple. I should add a piercing. All right, we're just adding more shade to define form. and we'll add more texture. No worries about adding more texture to define the form. Eyes in shock, remember. All right, let's add more eyelashes on top. This needs to be darker, and more eyelashes. All right, so this needs to have a little texture, and this needs to have a little texture right below, but just don't make it even texture like throughout, then it'll just stop being a curved surface. I won't add too much volume if everything is in the same value of shade. So we are trying to avoid that and trying to keep it round. Sorry, not even round, sphere. That's the right word, right? Because round is shape and sphere is form. So we're trying to do the form right. All right, and let's add the skin on top of this. That's the eyelid fold right on top. This needs to be dark. It needs to be super dark over here. Why don't you try hunter eyes if you know what eye shape? After this, maybe hunter eyes. What is a hunter eye? Is the hunter some character or some beast hunter? Just a second. Okay, I'll do that. Just a second. Right after this, we'll do hunter eyes. Just a second. All right, let's do the eyelid below. We're adding more dark tone, and let's add eyelash. More eyelashes, and more eyelashes, and little texture, more eyelash. It's a little texture over here, a texture over here, making it lighter, keeping this lighter, adding just a few lashes, few here, and let's make this a little darker. Just a second. Ta-da. Alright, this needs to be darker, so you're adding more tone to it, more texture to it. This is where both the eyelids meet, so it will have a little dark tone on this side. It should have a little dark tone right beneath this line. This could be lighter. We just need to make these eyelashes way darker than they are right now. See? Eyes in shock. And yeah, let's make these eyelashes sharper. Make this line sharper. Make this line sharper. Give a little dark tone right above it. It doesn't need to be consistent, because otherwise it'll just, if all the values of shade are the same, then it won't give you an illusion of it being spherical. All right, let's add some texture with watercolor. And I've lost my brush, and I found it just using plain water. And let's add dark tones, dark. Adding this line for texture. Adding these lines, define more texture. Let's add this over here. And Let's add darkest on top, create a little shade, create a little shade here. Let's add these really thin here, darkening these eyelashes, adding this thinnest line to define the lower eyelid. It needs to have more white over here, but I have messed it up, it's alright. And we are adding more detail to these eyelashes that are below. You know what, while the paper is wet, we can use this pencil on top to create a darker line. See, it works. And we're gonna make this a little more darker compared to what we have above. Just more texture, more texture. Alright, if it looks uneven, like because it's not blended right, blended well, we're gonna blend it, no worries. I was thinking to blend it with water soap brush. Just a second, I'll come to the other drawing now. Let's make this brush wet. Add more lines for these eyelashes. Add more lines. Make this a little darker. Make this a little darker. Alright, time to make blend the color even. So there's even tone. And what we are gonna do is just spread wet brush on top so that the tone stays even, right? And I don't want these strokes to come over here, so I'll just wash them, blending them nicely, blending this nicely. We need to give this a little more texture. So adding more texture to the cornea. And we need to do something so that the highlight becomes more obvious. So we'll just blend this and we'll blend on top of this. Now you can see the white part, suggesting that it's highlight. And let's add a little more texture below. And a little texture above this line. You know, these the upper eyelash still looks lighter because these need to be the darker. Sorry to leave, but my eyes are shutting down by sleep. Yeah. Sure. Take care. Thank you for being here. All right. Now this eye is also done, so we are gonna do what's it called, the hunter eyes. Right, facial astro, just a second. Hunter eyes. I don't know what that means, like they're like 200 eyes. So many tall, very beautiful eyes. Beautiful eyes. I don't know what's an hunter eye. Hunter eye. Is it that shape that's called the hunter eye? I'm not sure. Right. So let's draw that one of that hunter eye. Hunter eyes. Hunter eyes. Alright, I know what you're saying. They're like a little tilted, right? Okay. Let's draw this one. Let's draw that hunter eye. Alright. So we will be drawing hunter eye. Oh god, this looks spooky. This eye looks spooky. Alright. Not this one, this looks spooky. Let's draw the hunter eye. So to draw this hunter eye, we'll be drawing the upper eyelid first. I try not to make a super realistic thing, or like a drawing thing. So yeah, I hope you can see the eye. Let's start, all right? lesser talk, more drawing. Cornea. I try to draw this quickly this time. I won't try. You just try not to take too much of time. I actually love taking too much of time to draw. Like, it's all right. All right, so that's the cornea. Let's make this a little darker. Darker. Let's make this darker and leave a little highlight, just a little tiny bit of highlight. Right. Let's create some shadow right beneath the upper eyelid. Let's create this line. This line could be visible at some of the areas, and you can make it lighter at others. And it could be darker over here because that's the edge. We need, since this is dark, it's showing a lot of dark, and this is the glossiest part in an eye. So this is reflective. That means there is some kind of a shadow. That shadow is coming from the upper eyelid or the eye socket. So let's add more shadow to it on top and leave the rest of it white. Let's add a little texture right below over here. Let's add a little line over here. Oh, I have an idea now. What I can do is add a little red veins to make it crazier, right? So we'll do that. We will just do that in a bit. Just a second. All right, let's add the upper eye fold. Let's make this darker. Let's add the shadow that's beneath the eyebrow. Right. Let's add a line on top that defines this skin fold. Since we are going to have the upper eyelashes over here, this needs to be a little thicker. And a line over here will define this fold. Let's darken this line up, darken this line up. Add a little more shadow, adding a little more shadow, adding a little more shadow over here. Right. All right, let's draw the eyebrow. Darker lines, just lines. Just lines defining the hair going upward. This looks all right. Just a second. I need to figure out. Yeah. All right. So we have his upper eyebrow. Let's add thinner hair over this side edge of it. Let's add more shadow. Let's add a little more shade. Let's add more shadow under this line. Let's make this upper eyelid darker so that it makes more sense. It's adding more details to it. We need to add a little dark tone right beneath this side so that it defines the lower eyelid. My favorite eye shade. All right, cool. I need to sharpen this up because it looks too blunt now. And I'm unable to get sharper lines. Just 3 more seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, let's do this. So we sharpened it to make these eyelashes that are below this, on top of the lower eyelid. Just a few more lines. Just a few more lines. Ta-da! I think I should add that red that I was talking about, and I will add that. Oh, I forgot to draw the upper eyelashes. Like, seriously. And yeah, It's making more sense now, I think. All right, let's add some red to it. And I have to look for my watercolors. They're here. Perfect, perfect. My old faithful dirty palette. And I'm just going to add real tiny red details. Just really thin lines. Testing it on this side. All right, let's add some tiny details. It's too thick. It's too thick. Let's just test this on a side. All right, let's add those lines. Those tiny veins inside the eye. It needs to be way darker than this, but thinner, like saturated but thinner lines. So yeah, just adding these lines. I hope you can see these tiny red veins that I'm drawing inside this eye. I don't want to add too many of these red stoned veins, but just trying to make it a little creepier. Creepy eyes, creepy eyes. I was thinking to add a little color to this cornea to make this more interesting. All right, Zara, tell me what color, since you asked for it. How about green? How about green, Zara? Zara. All right, just a little bit of green. Black, I mean, like black, it is already black, right? So even the black corneas have a little brown to it. So let's add just a little bit of brown. And make this line darker, the upper eyelid. If it's like more opaque, it'll start looking darker. So I'm making this upper line a little more opaque. Right, let's add that same tone at this bottom. And this right side. And just a little few veins. And a little texture right beneath the eyelashes, a little texture on the lower side, and a little texture right above this eye but too. So I'll just spread this out real nicely. And let's add texture so the eyebrows look way darker and thicker. Green's good. I'm sorry, I just read that text right now. I can add green even now. Just taking just a little bit of it, testing it on this side. It is too sharp would work because we have this dark color beneath it and it's watercolor pencil, so just a little bit of color would do. I don't think I can make it green now. I don't want to mess it up, so I'll just end this here. Just adding more texture to it. Just a little more texture. Let's add a little tone on top. Let's add a little tone on this side. And Hunter's eyes are done. And I think it's time to end the stream now. What do you guys think? Or do we have more requests? We don't have any more requests, so we can end the stream now. All right. So we have made a lot of eyes. You know, the only bummer about tonight's session was that I wasn't able to do the stream with my OBS studio, which is like a professional studio for professionals stream software. But yeah, the stream turned out well, not bad. So we have made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 drawings, and we did make. Didn't make anything else. We made a drawing earlier from the previous stream, right? This drawing. Just a second. We made this tiny drawing, and yeah, and so yeah. Hope everyone had a good time in our tonight's session. We made hunter eyes, the spooky eye, the simple eye, the crocodile face, and the fighting pose. Ta-da! So thank you for being here. And hey, Astral, thank you for being here, bro. And I'll do this session again tomorrow. Hope to see you guys again tomorrow. And please leave a request if you want me to draw something for you. Take care. Bye-bye. You are awesome. Stay awesome.